Men in today's world, because we live in shallow land, are trying to compensate what they're missing on the inside with outside. And women, because they are also confused because of conditioning, think that what they're looking for is on the outside instead of on the inside. And also, even when we generally speak like this, how does your average imbecile receive this? When we say inside, in their stupid brain, which is black or white, it means no outside. What are you talking about? We live in a world where there's inside and outside, but what gives meaning to life? Inside. Now, inside there's a nice fire. Put a hut, put a roof over it. Put a roof, there's no heat on the inside. That's what I'm trying to say. So your average individual today, what are they trying to do? Compensate for the lack of substance, lack of inner resources with external things. And what do you see? No matter how much they achieve, no matter how much they acquire, in fact, we can say they become more empty. The man is not satisfied, endlessly bored, and the woman is not satisfied, endlessly bored. So what do? Well, they know. They try to chase for more. But it doesn't do it. So what does that say? If you're an intelligent person, it means there's a whole realm that's not tapped into. The inner realm. Well, who are you? What are you doing here? What's the purpose of your life? What's your function? What do you serve? Who's that woman? What's she doing here? What's your relation to her? What are you supposed to co-create together to make, quote unquote, the world a better place? It's a little cheesy, that sentence. That's why I said quote unquote on this one. Do you see? And we're not talking about from just a social stance position. And this is what your average person today, their brains don't understand. You know, life is greater than society. Society, our modern society is what, a couple of 100 years? Maximum. These so-called societies live and they get broken and new ones emerge. That's not life. There's something underneath that's been existing in the Eastern philosophies called that dharma, right? It's the eternal way of life, the currents. Life, nature, just constantly moving. That's there. Then this from there sprouts civilization, last couple of days. Then vanishes, another one emerges, vanishes, another one emerges. So, yeah, you can do a certain job within society. Great, I have nothing against that either. But that cannot satisfy you because that's shallow. It's not the fact that it's shallow that it's bad. It's just like, well, this is not connected to life. Society isn't life. It's a construct. There's nothing wrong with the construct. It's there to serve a purpose, but it's not life-giving. Do you understand? It's a byproduct of life. But you are a living creature, so why don't you have access to that, the life current that then animates you, empowers you? And then from that place, sure, if you want, you can fulfill a function in the so-called current civilization, but it's not. It's coming from a deeper place. So without that, without being established there, you're always lacking something. You're lacking the only thing that really matters. Life. You don't have life. You think you do. You're under the impression you are. But all you really are is motivated by your mind. You're like a dog, and you present a carrot. The only thing that makes you move forward is your lust, greed, anger, ego, attachment, which is stimulated and triggered by the world around you. The only reason you wake up in the morning, that's this whole Americana modernity hustle. You're gonna what are you gonna do? Beat everybody else. What's your motivation? My motivation is to destroy everybody else because there's not enough resources and I gotta take it before you do. Get rich or die trying. That mentality. What kind of life is that? Get rich or die trying. That's the model. So what's motivating you? Hate, anger, lust, greed. Again, this is not to say these are bad things. To say that's a junkie. In your brain, you're insane. You're worth nothing, and you need to prove that you're worth something by conquering a field, a domain that only exists within civilization or your current society, not outside of it. And through the process, what do you have to do? Crush everybody else. You have to take it from them. And this is the language. And this is how modern people think. So you don't have life. Because if you did, you wouldn't do that, would you? That's what a junkie does. A person who doesn't have life and is looking for stimulation to get him going and get him moving. It's like you ain't got no energy in the morning, get some coffee. You ain't got no motion, you need coffee. So it's in your mind. So then you don't have life, which is a very deep statement. I swear to God, you really need to examine it and consider it at a deeper level than just hearing me out for 2 seconds. And then you meet a woman who also is void of life. Well, what are you going to do? So you live here in the zoo, in the system, trying to acquire value from the outside. And sure, you can get high for, like, first time you go to Las Vegas, it's fun. Well, fun. It's a big word. It's you've never seen it. It cannot not stimulate you because you've never seen such insanity. Remove the word insanity and call it novelty. You've never seen, what the fuck is this? Your head can't stop going like this, like nonstop. It's exhausting. Right? But once you've seen it, it's over. Then what? And what did it bring to me? The inner person. Did I grow rich? Does my life have more meaning? Do I have more peace? Do I have more knowledge? Did I grow in love? Did I grow in purpose? You have gone, you as an individual, the soul of the man, you've got nothing. All you did is at the end of the day was waste your energy. And hopefully you had a good time, meaning you got fucking wrecked, got laid like a moron with prostitutes or some cheap hoes, and won at the casino, if not lost the whole thing. That's it. That's the height of your experience. So this Las Vegas is just an analogy of that mental lifestyle that is applied in different places. Now, how does that satisfy you? Now you bring into a woman to the picture. How do you find you never find satisfaction? So because you confuse those outside things for inside. Nothing on the outside gives you value. And why do I want these exclusive Jordans? Because that gives me status. But what's status? I have value. And because I have those shoes and you don't, I have more value than you. Is it not? I have that car. There's 500 of those. That means I have status. I have something you don't, which gives me more value than you. What's your net worth is the question. Because according to those numbers, I have more value than you. And because I have more value than you, I have all the best the world has to offer. But what does that have to do with you? No, you don't understand. I accomplished that because I'm better than you. I'm more intelligent than you. I'm more beautiful than you. I'm more powerful than you. I'm more everything than you. So you see how I speak? It's always more than you. You're like obsessed with other people to arrive at some kind of talk. Now, I don't even mind that lifestyle. This is not a criticism. The point is, when you get there, how do you really feel? If you're sober, because a lot of people at that level, they drink a lot. It's part of a lifestyle. How do you feel? Nothing's changed. And is this woman that you wanted so badly to impress, is she really impressed? Or is she now bored? She's bored. The first time you took her in a jet, it's fine. Second time, third time, fourth time, seventh time, whatever. Now it's just normal. She's bored. And then she's back to herself, thinking, dreaming of something else, of some kind of Prince Charming, which we don't really understand what that means for her, but it's like a life where I'm looking for a sensation, and I can't find it here. Yet 5 years ago, here you were thinking, she thought you were the Prince Charming, because you could buy all these things that gave her all these experiences that she never had, and she felt things inside of her she had never felt before, and now it's boring. What you going to do now? How many more millions do you need? So what does that say? It doesn't work. Because you don't have the actual inner substance. You're trying to compensate inner substance with external things, and you got confused. And like I said, all these things are based on crushing other people. If I'm smarter than you, that's nature's gift to me to serve you. Isn't it? That's not how you think. I'm smarter than you. Let me tell you in a song how smarter I am than you. Let me tell you all I got. Because I'm intelligent, let me mock you, ridiculize you, and put you down because I'm greater than you. It never dawned on you that maybe you're so intelligent because nature made you intelligent so that you can be of service to other people, right? Anyways, that was a side note. The point is, you ain't got no inner value. So what will you offer her? You don't have much. That's the truth. And every passing day, as you grow older, you get more tired. So the little life force that you have due to youth starts to also disappear slowly but surely. You don't even have that anymore. So I find this a hard life, and I sympathize with people who are living like this because they try so hard. You have to give it to them. Most people don't make effort. So these people, whether they're men or women, they analyze situation as far as they were able to assess it, and they see, listen, in order to find peace or happiness, I have to achieve all of this. And they kill themselves in the process to try to achieve this. A person wants to be a medical doctor, they go through madness. Normal people can never do that. A person wants to be the greatest athlete in the world. But why? What's the motivation? Really, they're trying to get inner value. Is it not? Let's be fair. Well, when they have it, when they achieve those positions on top of everybody else, that means only you could be there, nobody else. Did you find what you're looking for? They're not going to tell you. Few will tell you. Of course not. Because it's ephemeral. It's nothing. When you die, it's over. In a couple of years, there's a new LeBron James. It's over. All you got left is souvenirs in videos that nobody really cares about. So it means nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. It has no meaning. So you've killed yourself for something that at the end of the day has no meaning. Like we've spoken about Tom Brady before, and I have a great admiration for that person. I love football as a kid, and I still do to a certain degree. So it's very fun to see. Right? And it's funny to see. So Tom Brady won a Super Bowl, not last year, the year before. Amazing. And he's like, it's my 7th ring. I've reached the pinnacle of my greatness doesn't seem to end. And last year, it could have happened, didn't happen. And this year, right now, as the time of the video, the Buccaneers are 3-4. You should see what people on the TV say about this guy, dude. This is the same guy nobody cares of what you did yesterday. Today, uninteresting. Get away from us because we want the new. And you're not the new. Yeah, but this guy just achieved the greatest levels of success in this sport. I don't know if anybody will achieve this. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. All we care is what's now. We had this high 2 years ago. Well, I don't care about how I got high 2 years ago. Now. So this guy's given everything he has. For what? Nobody cares. So anyways, my hat goes out to people who at least make an effort. Maybe you have faulty thinking, fine. But at least you're coherent in your faulty thinking. This is how I think, and then I will do something about it. Because your average person who thinks the same way will not even bother getting off their asses. So I cannot but respect a person who dedicates themselves to something, even if the outcome didn't achieve what they hoped it was. But I respect it. But that's what I'm trying to say. As a person on the outside studying successful people, what does that tell you? It doesn't lead to what you want. And more importantly, because we know men love women, and this is very important, you're not able to satisfy her. She gonna go with the pool boy. Well, this is a lot of food for thought.